After voting to pass the big budget bill, Ohio Senator John Husted sent a newsletter out to his constituents explaining his reasoning for approving the bill. We found that Senator Husted was spinning a narrative of self-interest into a fanciful tale about supporting his constituents. We break down his claims one by one and explain how he is twisting facts to comport with his preferred narrative. The senator's sixth claim is that the bill supports Ohio families and our most vulnerable populations. Part of his support for this claim mentions the increase of the child tax credit from $2,000 per child to $2,200 per child, which is nice. But he neglects to share the fact that when the Biden administration increased the tax credit to between $3,000 and $3,600 per child, it led to historic reductions in child poverty rates. Stopping short of that achievement so that billionaires can keep a smidgen more of their wealth seems to focus on the wrong priorities for Ohioans. The senator lists the change in refundability for adoption tax credits. There seems to be no real issue with this, other than the adoption expenses can typically run up to $50,000. The tax credit is limited to less than $18,000, of which $5,000 is refundable. It seems like supporting Ohio families would justify moving a few more tax credits from billionaires to those families who wish to adopt. To his credit, Husted avoids describing the expanded annual deduction for those over the age of 65 as no tax on Social Security benefits. Kudos, Senator. That said, this deduction, which also expires in 2028, is expected to benefit upper-middle-class seniors more than lower-income seniors. The Committee for Responsible Federal Budgets also estimates that extending this tax cut to wealthier seniors will accelerate the exhaustion of the Social Security Trust Fund by about a year. Husted lists protecting and strengthening Medicaid as part of the bill's support for Ohio families. But as we've previously shared, this is simply not true. The bill severely cuts funding for Medicaid, which will devastate some of our most vulnerable populations. Husted then rattles off the new Trump accounts, changes to the ABLE savings plan that also affect changes to the 529 savings plan. These changes all offer tax benefits for folks contributing more to the plan than they could have in years past. But there's no advantage to families who cannot contribute thousands of dollars to pre-tax savings accounts. Families that need help are the ones living from paycheck to paycheck. These benefits are typical tone-deaf Republican distractions. Oh yeah, and they further complicate the tax code for a dramatically understaffed IRS. Finally, John Husted sings the praises of the School Choice for Children Act. This is a horrible misrepresentation of the facts. Funding school choice is the realization of the Republican dream to use taxpayer funds for private school voucher programs that primarily benefit the wealthy, while leaving those living in poorer school districts with depleted funding. This portion of the big budget bill will support only those Ohio families with high incomes. Meet with us in an in-person town hall meeting in Central Ohio. We look forward to having this discussion.